The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Podcast time, Players Lounge. You know,
What's
the crew is here for you. Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church. I am Newey Scruggs. Is brought to you by Tostitos. Yay.
Chip and dip.
All right, Church, you gonna golf in after you look like
I did a little something.
You gotta get it before it's gonna get cold.
Yeah, I did a little something earlier.
All right, because it's gonna rain tomorrow. Drop down, you know.
He got one of the things in his house, one of them with the screen come down.
No way. Seriously. No way.
Yeah, he got
like that?
Let's get into the next section. Let's get into the next section.
Wow.
Do you have a putt in your backyard?
Who knew?
He got enough land to hit a real drive out there, 400 yards from the backyard.
Tell you what, with friends like
Getting it off
Danny.
into the water. In a lake.
I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar with your game.
Now you know.
New York Giants.
On that note.
Shad Khan Shad dropped the big old bag.
Cowboy dropped it. Oh, no,
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I'm happy for you, man. All good for you. All good for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Martavis Bryant is now a Dallas Cowboy on the practice squad. I had to come to you first because
listen, I'm giving up hope. I'm about to give up hope.
Never thought I'd see the day.
I'm about to give up hope. Now I don't know, man. Listen, it's one of those pickups to where like, what do you lose?
Yeah.
What do you lose? They've done it before. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. You know, my focus is figuring out how to get the rest of your weapons that you have on the team involved. But if he is as good as they think he is, and what they saw on the tape is what they hope it can be, then a year from now, 2 years from now, then you may be looking at a steal. So I ain't mad at it. That ain't got nothing to do with my Brandon Cooks issue. Nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Did either of you guys play against?
I did.
You did?
Come on, man. What are we doing here? I played against this man.
In 2016, right?
Played against him in 2016 and 2017.
And 17.
Yeah.
I mean, so tell us about him. You know about him.
This was 5-6 years ago.
Right.
He could take the top off. That's what the one thing we talked about when I was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We were like, all right, this guy, first you got to talk about Antonio Brown, make sure you lock him up. But on the other side, this guy can take the top off. He got speed. And he had a problem with the drops back then. I don't know if he rectified that now or whatever the case may be. But he got speed. But like I said, that was 5 years ago. I'm not so sure he still has the burners like that. I mean, I guess he did something good for the Cowboys to make sure they signed him to the practice squad, so maybe he still can open things up. But that was 5 years ago. That's a long time removed from playing in the National Football League. And we understand, like, you can't just hop up and be like, hey, I'm ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll see. I guess he could be a red zone target. I don't know.
We talk about practice.
We talking about practice.
That's
what we're talking about.
Not a game day roster spot.
Yeah, I don't know.
But doesn't it seem like that's where it's moving to? And the problem that I have with it is October 31st, 3 p.m. we had an opportunity to make a call, do something, bring in somebody, and we didn't do it. The mantra was we like our guys, we're gonna stay pat. But all of these shows, what we talking about, what did we need? It was either a defensive tackle or a wide receiver. A lot of people didn't want to face the music.
No, I still ain't said nothing about no wide receiver.
You did.
All of them.
But the question had been about the production from the wide receiver group and what we weren't getting. And you thought that, man, maybe if you brought in someone that could be instrumental in taking the top off or at least be a threat in the red zone. Brandon Cooks, I've never perceived him as a red zone threat. Just hadn't seen it. And maybe that's where the trust or lack thereof for Dak is, not checking for him in these red zone situations.
I know he got a red zone touchdown.
Boom.
I know he got one of those.
So that's the transition from Brandon Cooks then and Brandon Cooks now. He's having to fill a void that I don't think that he probably came in thinking that he was going to be a red zone threat anyway. But the signing to whatever Martavis Bryant has in him, we're going to figure out what it is. This is a receiver-friendly offense with Dak moving around in it, so maybe he could be another cog in the wheel to make this offense work. Right now,
2 more targets. Another 2-target guy.
At least they might take a shot with him.
Don't be negative right now. Don't be negative.
As you're
right
talking,
now.
this is what this reminds me of. Like the big name, the guy who used to be really good. I'll tell you this: he wasn't as good as Flash Gordon.
Nah,
he was
nowhere close.
He wasn't as good as him, and we remember what he looked like when he finally got reinstated. Okay, and but before that, everybody was like picking him up on their fantasy team and stuff. Hey, you remember what Josh Gordon looked like before? I'm telling you, he's gonna be all right. And then he got out there and he was like, oh,
and he had, and you know, with Brady, he had a few games.
Yeah, a few games.
He had a few games.
He had a
splash.
And then what?
Then I drafted him the next year because he had a good camp. Had a good camp.
So did the guys here. So did the guys here. They had a good camp.
But see, I didn't know about the all New England Patriots. I didn't know about all Foxborough like I know about all Oxford. I got food.
That's what it reminds me of, though. Like, okay, like you said, man, I remember when we played, he take the top off and all that stuff.
Roll.
You know, like I know, okay, Father Time, it's going to take something from you. They're going to take something from you. Okay, them dudes who used to be able to take the top off, you know, like that's why they have to figure out, a la Dallas Bryant, when you can't do those things again and you have to find out how to really run routes and then use your technique and use your savviness to figure out other ways to get open, that's when you find out who the true big-time receivers are, especially as they get older in age. So I guess this would be one of those tests for Martavis Bryant. But you said drops. So I'm like, did we have a guy with drops last year?
Drops back in the day.
Got him up out of here before the season was over with, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
I like what you said. I mean, I agree with you, especially as wide receivers get older. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So thumbs down on Bryant or thumbs up?
I'm neutral because I don't think it affects anything that we have currently going on. Like
I'm going thumbs up. Doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't hurt nothing. Can't lose
thumbs up. I mean, talk about practice.
Yeah.
Till he gets elevated, and we'll see. And I do wonder, with the media coming to Mike McCarthy this week asking questions about Brandon Cooks, does something happen? Because the questions were asked about Michael Gallup earlier in the year, and then the next game we saw an uptick from Michael Gallup. Oh, by the way, the Giants are coming to town. This would be an excellent opportunity for you to feed Brandon Cooks. It just is.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. Another person that got asked about this week at the press conference is Rico Dowdle getting more touches, possibly. Mike McCarthy shot that down too. But
jeez,
you weren't feeling that one. Huh?
He's not caring about your fantasy team.
Yeah.
So, don't care if Tony Pauls is a first-round fantasy pick for certain people. But when did we see Tony at his best?
Change of pace.
When he was used like, I go back to McCaffrey. McCaffrey in Carolina is not as good as McCaffrey in San Francisco because they're using him in different ways.
Yeah. Guys, we opened up the season talking about this. We were talking about what was this going to look like. Zeke was the guy, the main bell cow guy doing all the work, and then Tony was coming behind that. Now he is the pace. There's no change. You're the pace, homie. And it's not working in this offense. And point out the offensive line struggles. All of those things are hand in glove with the struggles that we're having. Dak is taking on more pressure. Maybe that's why he can't find Brandon Cooks. It's going to start up front for me before I just completely get down on Tony Pollard.
But I feel like he got more chances, more touches as a change of pace back than he does now as a starter, as the RB1. I mean, we talking about this. This guy got 12 touches last game. Or 12 carries.
But his 12 carries when he had Zeke here was like, because it's change of pace. He's like, I wonder what it'll look like if he gets more. And we all said it here on the podcast and was like, I'm just telling you, you don't want to see that. You're not really sure about that, but I want to see, because every time somebody said, I got to say it again, that's not why he can't find Brandon Cooks because of no person, because he find everybody else. Brandon Cooks at the bottom of the list. I can say if it was just CD, it's just he at the bottom.
I'm sorry.
At the bottom.
So heck,
let me apologize there. I'm so sorry.
Started at the bottom, now we're here.
Should have stayed in Houston.
Why you bull-jiving? Why you bull-jiving?
You made him, okay.
Might be in the Pro Bowl.
No, my guy, it's just it's tough sledding on this end. That CD Lamb has emerged. He is 1A, 1B, C, all the way through. That's the only person we looking at is 88.
They found a way to get Michael Gallup 10 targets, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about you can't find Brandon Cooks because of no pressure. You found a way to get this man 10 targets. That's not a reasonable excuse. I don't understand. I'm not going to understand that. But sorry, go ahead. All week I'm talking about Brandon Cooks, so just get ready for it.
You don't think the offensive line struggles has anything to do with even having balance to your offense?
Balance, yeah, but I'm just saying finding your 1B, supposed to be 1B. I don't think that
because you're force feeding CD right now. You can't go back to the tape and say they're not forcing the ball in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have no problem with that.
That's fine. But the rest of them should go to Brandon Cooks. You got dudes out here dropping passes, getting locked up on hitch routes. It's time for the other dude to get a shot. I mean, goodness gracious. Who you talking about?
Maybe this coaching staff doesn't see, Cooks
Thank
like
you.
we see him. That's the only thing I'm thinking, because we always say it's what he doesn't say or says, and the man just went out there and said, I ain't on my fantasy team, or I ain't playing fantasy football, so obviously he's not, he's just like, hey, if he gets the ball, he gets the ball. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
And which is, to me, it's kind of wild, because you got a guy who I think we all can sit up here and say he's consistent and he still has some juice left, but he's just not getting those looks.
The other problem is that you see teams not scheming to take him away. If they're not scheming to take him away, and he's a viable option for you, and you're not going to him, but you still have, I think, are you not at least a little pleased in what you're seeing from your tight ends? From Ferguson, seeing him becoming more involved.
I like what I see.
And if the other guys can't get off, if you can have your tight end be more involved and CD do what he does, no.
Is that enough?
Yeah,
though?
no.
CD and Ferg.
No.
Is it enough? We scored 23 points, bro. Is it enough?
It ain't. I'm agreeing with that.
Man went out there and threw 300-some yards like we scored 40, bro. We scored 40 with. Come on, man. No, it ain't enough.
The tight end position has it's been maybe a C+ for me this year.
No, I don't blame you.
It's yes, they caught balls, caught touchdown pass, but it's not, it's not been what it is. And then, proof. Are we looking at it right here on the screen right behind you? Dalton Schultz went out there, had himself a game. Man, about to play himself into a multi-year contract down there in Houston.
Man.
But
that's a lot different than how you sounded a couple weeks ago when we were talking about
dogs.
dogs.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
I mean, because Dalton Schultz looked like a guy that fumbled the bag initially.
Yeah, we was all, what are you doing?
No, he did.
Like,
He fumbled the bag, but in this game here, when you're talking about Philadelphia and you use a second round pick or tight end from Michigan, you run the route, you're not where you're supposed to be. This is the stuff that hurts you, especially knowing McCarthy. What I heard was McCarthy wanted Sam Laporta in the first round, and they didn't take Sam Laporta. He took Mozzie Smith, and Sam Laporta is the truth.
No, he's eating.
Okay, Sam Laporta is the truth. So when you see these kind of mistakes, when yesterday in the Philadelphia game, the tight ends as a group have dropped passes before. Peyton Hendershot, who we thought were going to take a step forward, he's not been that player this year.
No.
So the tight end group, it's to me it's a C+. Yeah. You were expecting them. At least from what I saw at camp, this was hey, now they're in another year. They're going to be better. I haven't seen enough of the jump to say we're good.
Can you no longer trust what you see at training camp?
Boy.
Is that a thing now? Can you no longer trust what you've been seeing out there in Oxnard?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well, and I will also say this. It's what we're being told. And we're believing what we're being told, and I don't think we're being skeptical enough. I say that, and then I also say it from when I was over at TCU during training. We just bought everything they told us. Oh, defense is going to be better because the second year of the quarter, the defense is worse than before. Okay, getting lit up on the reg. About to get lit up this week by Texas. And it just showed me, we got to stop believing these folks. We like our guys. When I hear that now, you know what I'm It's like when yesterday was election day. The polling says this. Okay, what the polling says. I don't believe what the polling says. Because what the polling says ain't different than the results. So when I hear we like our guys, when they did the experiment after Cooper, we like our guys. We like our guys. No, you don't. That's that. When I hear that, heck.
Yeah.
It's like when you dating somebody. Oh, you should make your meal. Oh, that was good.
I just think about that, bro. You had Dak, Cooper, and CD Lamb. This is a CD Lamb that we've seen that he's been capable of being, and you couldn't. All right, I'm done. Let's go to something else, bro. Because I can sit and talk about Brandon Cooks all day. I can sit and talk about it all day. So New York Giants.
Okay, let's take a break.
Yeah, I don't know.
We come back. We have our sheet. We have our sheet of integrity. our sheet of integrity. Let us dive back into what we thought this team was going to be. We had the preseason picks, then we had the picks before the regular season. Now let's look at where we want to go to down the rest of the stretch here. On the Players Lives with Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray, Newey Scruggs is brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The crew's back here. Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church, Newey Scruggs. Heckma, I'm sorry, I jumped in on your read, baby. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get to the sheets of integrity, baby. I'm excited, jumping the gun, because I'm just sitting here looking at this, and I'm all ready to go. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Read away.
Head to AT&T Stadium on Saturday, November 11th to experience Rally Days, presented by SeatGeek. Celebrate Veterans Day with special presentation from the Color Guard and Junior ROTC drill teams, plus a 21-gun salute. Take a tour of AT&T Stadium, get autographs from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni, play games, head out to Miller Lighthouse, and even play on the field. Visit attstadium.com/rally days for tickets and more information.
Heckma Harrison, appreciate
my man.
Sorry I jumped in on you here. So we have our sheets of integrity here.
News you could use.
And we had to take it out of your notebook.
So we got that's fine. So we have 2. I have the 2 sheets of integrity. I got the preseason when the schedule first came out, then right before the season when we did it. So going back to the preseason one, all right. I had it 10-7. Church, you had it 10-7. Mr. McCray, you had it 12-5. Heckma, you had it 13-4.
Hadn't changed.
Then after preseason happened, right before the regular season, we made our changes.
Hadn't changed.
I got booed with 12-5.
Ooh, hate to see it.
Danny.
No. And winning the East. Read the whole thing.
Okay. So I go back to where. Yes. So I had 12-5 winning the East. Danny, you had 13-4. You went up 1. You went 13-4 winning the East.
Kool-Aid was strong that day, man.
Church, you went up 1. You went 11-6. NFC wild card. Heckma, you stayed strong.
You know it.
4 with them getting a bye.
Winning the NFC East and getting the bye. Who we gonna change? We gonna pencil book that. We gonna put pencil to that. We gonna put pencil to
First
that.
round bye.
We gonna X-nay that.
He said, hold my beer.
God.
You thought that's the highest I could go, 13?
No, dog.
So looking at the schedule right now so far, the losses were to Arizona. We all had that as a win.
Mm-hmm.
The losses, other loss was to San Francisco. Church, you had it as a loss.
Yeah.
You had it a loss. You stayed strong. Because at first, when we first did the preseason, I had it as a loss. Church, you had a loss. Danny, you had it as a loss. Heckman, you had it as a win. So we got food. Philadelphia, all of us had it as a loss.
Yep.
And also, when we had the preseason, we all had it as a loss. So that's where we sit now. We are going on to the New York Giants.
DeVito and the crew.
So we all have it as a win this week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to
Against Carolina, we all have it as a win this week.
Yeah, that's another dub.
Okay. Week 11, I have it as a loss to Washington on Thanksgiving Day. Everybody else has it as a win. Then after that, it's another Thursday game. Seattle comes to town. I have it as a loss. Everybody else has it as a win.
Man, that was the one I switched.
What you want to do?
Philadelphia comes. Let me just make sure we just run through all this. The Philadelphia comes to visit Dallas in December. I have it as a win. Danny, you have it as a loss. Church, you got it as a win. Heckman, you got it as a win. Then it's a December road game at Buffalo. We all have it as a loss. Then it is a Christmas Eve game at Miami. I have it as a loss. Danny, you've got it as a win. Church, you've got it as a loss. Heckman, you've got it as a win. Then it's the Lions coming to town. Everybody has it as a win except Heckman. He's got them losing to the Lions. Then we close out the season against the Commandos. Everyone has it as a win. So, gentlemen, changes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So, Danny, go through the changes you would like to make here as we go from week 9 through 17 for the Cowboys.
All right. I'm going to start. So, week 9, I still keep that as a win. Week 10, keep that as a win. Week 11 is a win. Week 12 is a win. I got the Miami now. I'm changing that to an L. And I'm changing that last Washington game to an L.
So that has you 11-6.
That is correct.
Yeah, all right. Who's on the table, my man? Right.
That is correct. And I'm also removing the NFC East winners.
Got it.
So that'll be wild card. Thank you. If you don't mind throwing that WC on there.
All right. Heckman.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change this Detroit L to a W, and I'm gonna change this. Washington to that Miami win to a loss. So I'm staying pat. It's 12-5 as mine. So take the NFC East and the buy off of that. Just scrap all that.
And 5 right there.
Scrap all that. Yeah, scrap all that. But that's because right now that's the situation that you're in. You got to win these NFCs. You got to win these NFC games. I mean, the importance has to be there. So Miami right now at home, I think that's just going to be a tough out.
Like it.
What you got, Church?
I'm saying the same. 11-6, keeping it. I like everything where it's at right now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the same.
So
man.
Philly coming to town?
They splitting that.
Revenge?
Yeah, they splitting that one. Yeah, they splitting that one.
Go to Miami, take the L. All right.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Ramsey and the boys out there now, so
it's gonna be tough.
Just throw the CD all day if you want to.
Maybe you
Just
see
throw
what
the
happens.
CD all you want to.
Detroit, I got them. Ooh.
That's a game.
That's gonna be a game, but it's here though, right?
Yeah,
it's here. Yeah,
That's at home.
Home field advantage. I got that, and then Washington. Yeah, I'm staying where it's at. Wild card.
I'm with you though. If I know anything right now, I'm gonna start following your picks because
appreciate you, my
brother. The man been on point. With the WC on there, I never thought I'd be saying it this season, but I'm going WC.
WC, world champs.
We gonna go visit somebody.
You go.
We gonna go visit somebody. Hopefully it's like New Orleans or ATL, somebody like that.
That's all the NFC West invitation. We'll be right back out there.
I ain't trying to go no. No, Seattle not gonna win that. That'll be. Well, I don't know who's gonna win that one actually, because Seattle was playing for first, wasn't it?
San Fran.
I don't know. It's out of Seattle and San Fran.
They about the same since San Fran
they
dropped 3 in a
straight.
row. They about the same record. 5-3, right? Yeah, they 5-3.
What you got, New?
Making 2 changes.
All right.
Detroit going from win to loss.
All right.
Detroit had them last year, but couldn't finish the job. They're a little bit better this time around. And the Seattle game I had as a loss. I'll go ahead and make that a win.
So you stand it.
You saying 12-5?
Yeah, he still took 12.
Okay.
The one that I'm really hedging on right now is the Buffalo game.
Okay, at Buffalo.
At Buffalo, but they got no defense right now. That defense is cooked.
Yeah.
It is cooked. Nobody's talking about it like they would if number 4 was doing it, but Josh Allen is a turnover machine.
We all got that.
I've seen us play against Arizona.
Okay,
Their defense was.
So Josh Allen, this thing right now. I mean, when we come game week, depending on where this thing is sitting at, I got it as a loss, but I very much could be with the week we pick the game, make it a win because they may, especially coming off the Philadelphia. This one's going to be an interesting one because you're going to have to go into that Christmas weekend. So this Buffalo one to me I think this is a very key game on the schedule here because we talked about it yesterday. You've got 4 of your next 5 at home. After that Philly game, depending on what happens there, where Philly comes off to, because they're playing some tough competition right now. This Buffalo game, Week 14, man.
No, that's a good one.
That's going to be a very, very interesting game. I still don't think they could beat Miami on Christmas Eve. I mean, you guys ever played on Christmas Eve?
Have we?
I don't think so.
Because they usually got you playing Thanksgiving, but Christmas Eve, they usually avoid the Cowboys
ever played on
having
Christmas
to play
Eve.
2 holiday games. But that's an interesting one. So let me ask you this as players. How do you go about trying to do Christmas when you got a Christmas Eve game, you're shopping and celebrate everything? How do you guys do that?
Oh, you better take care of that early.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, you shouldn't be at the mall nowhere around Christmas at that time anyway. Christmas Eve, all of that. Do it early. It's 2023, okay? Order online. But make sure you focused on what you need to be focused on because you don't need to be ripping and running all at the mall and trying to figure out what you need to buy, especially with a game like Miami coming up.
Yeah, you got to handle things early, and then we all know family's going to come in town, but they all had understanding. At least my family had an understanding, like, when it's game time, don't bother me. You got the living room, you got all the other space, go chit-chat amongst yourselves, but after the game, we can do whatever you want. Celebrate, have a couple cocktails here and there, but yeah, before the game, you got to make sure you separate all that because you got to focus on the task at hand.
I thought that was interesting what you just said about Philly's going to be coming off some real tough competition, so that may be a thing. That makes me more nervous about Philly because they drop a game. The incentive for them to come in here and do what they need to do against us, that's going to be a huge football game, man. And I just watched some heroics out of Dak Prescott, and we still put up 23 points and lost the game. And we seen Jalen Hurts with a knee brace on. And so that's why I'm nervous about that one. I'm still nervous about it, so I'm gonna stick with what I got.
And so keeping in point there, that Philly game, depending on what happens, this Buffalo game becomes very key. Either way, it's very key as you look down the stretch here of having to go to Miami on Christmas Eve, getting Detroit here at home after that, and then ending the season at Washington. Which, by the way, I still have them going to Washington and getting a win. But I had it split. I had it split, and the week we picked that game is going to be interesting too. Because
what you playing for?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You might already know you're going to Detroit or somewhere.
Correct, and we've seen them do that in the past too.
Yeah,
like last year, you're sitting up there, you got beat by Sam Howell. So, but right now I'm going to stay with where I'm at.
12-5.
12-5, okay. Flipping them, and. Like I said, this Buffalo game right here is just going to be the Washington-Buffalo game. I have both as losses. I got Thanksgiving as a loss. I got Buffalo as a loss here. I could see one of those going a different way here. Because I don't think we're talking about it enough. This is just me. If Buffalo were the Cowboys, you would be hearing about.
100%.
Quarterback turns it over. The defense have too many. They got too many folks missing. This team is regressing from 2 years ago, where people talk about them being in the Super Bowl. This team is. Right now they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, injuries hurt this defense big time. You lost White and Milano in the middle. You're basically quarterback of the defense. So they're giving up big plays, and teams are running the football on them. So. There's going to be tough. And then you talk about Buffalo in December. I mean, Josh Allen's been kind of saving his offense with his arm. Is he still going to be able to do that in those cold temperatures? I don't know.
And he's their best running back. At some point, that can't keep going. I just see a lot of regression going on for this team right now, and it's just not being talked about, which is because you're Buffalo. People don't want to talk about it. I also think people are talking about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow right now. You talk about MVP.
He's playing good.
Joe Burrow in the MVP race, but he plays in Cincinnati. Yeah. So.
They don't have to talk about him. They'll have to deal with him in just a minute. It'll be playoff time, and Joe Burrow will start back doing his thing. But all of us, when you look at this list, we all understand that the Cowboys are capable of going on a run. Initially, four-game winning streak, yours 5, mine 5 as well. I mean, now that this part of the season is played out, you start asking yourself, okay, how does this team shape up over the next half of the season? And I don't see there's not one game in there that I don't think is a winnable game, or you're about to be facing a juggernaut. The San Francisco 49ers was that team for me that you had to get over that hump. You lose that game, okay. You come in to Philly, they squeak out a win at home versus you. You didn't play your best, or you played your best. They didn't play their best. How does that look back at AT&T Stadium? For me, this team has to get hot, and getting hot at the right time is just as pivotal for this team to me.
That's why this 4 or 5 game stretch they got to clean up very much. You've got to make some hay there, and really come out on the plus side there. Go back to the Bills here. This is what they got coming up. They've got Monday night against the Broncos, so they should handle that at home. Then they get a home game against the Jets, division game. They can play defense.
Their Jets already beat them.
So then you got to go after that to Philadelphia. Then you go to Kansas City before you host Dallas.
Oh, it may be over with for them. Yeah, they might be done.
They might be on the way
out. They might be done. It might be finished. There might be a done data by the time they get to us.
So that's why I'm just saying.
This might be over with.
Hey, Puerto Vallarta.
I'm on a draft show.
The draft show that started in Milo.
So that's why I'm just sitting here looking at that, just going back and looking at the schedule. Like, man, this L at Buffalo, it may not be no L because they may just be ready to go ahead and give up the ship. You know,
man, that give me 13-4. Wait a minute.
Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute. That's that hopium coming through the vents again.
Thinking about it.
You got to go to Buffalo in December. I don't care. That ain't going to be nothing easy.
I didn't say easy.
No, I'm just saying it ain't going to be nothing. It don't matter if they pack it for Porto wherever.
Man, we got Brandon Aubrey, man. We got butter.
You're right. Kicking outside the window is a lot different.
The Romo special, throw 5 picks and win that thing.
You know what's great? So you just brought up Joe Burrow. You know who is sneakily like getting into that MVP conversation?
Who, Dak?
No.
Hold on, wait, you just said it.
No, listen. If you continue watching the AFC South, okay, and you looking at the battle between the Texans and then that will be also the Jacksonville Jaguars. CJ Stroud.
Oh, he doing his thing.
Is having a hell of a season.
That's not MVP though.
And no. They still got a lot of game to play. And coming out of the bye week, looked like he got a lot better. And if he continues to get better and have games like that, ain't no way you can sit there and say the dude shouldn't be mentioned in that conversation.
So if he takes the team that had number 2 overall pick in last year's draft, and he takes them to the playoffs, stats to back it up, you don't throw him in that race.
What's that record right now?
I think they're like 4-4.
That's a tough conversation.
That's a tough conversation. I'm just saying, don't make it seem like it's like that's a thing where you can't mention him based off the way that he's been playing for the expectations that we had out of the Houston Texans. Look at the Carolina Panthers.
They made a mistake.
I'm just saying.
That's who's looking at like, whoa.
Boys told him he was too little. They tried to tell him.
How did Trevor Lawrence play his rookie year?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Here we go.
You gonna say that don't matter?
He's playing better than all of them dudes. He's playing better than them.
Looking at leading passers statistically right now through week 9, it's Tua, Purdy, Cousins, then Stroud.
Yeah, and Cousins is out of there. We don't know what's going on with Purdy.
Followed by Russell Wilson, Jackson, Prescott, Josh Allen.
So what you telling me? You can't go based off passing leaders.
So this is
is that QBR or something? Like
that's got to be a different stat. You're looking at the right thing.
It's rating points.
Okay.
Rating points right there.
Okay, no.
It's rating points right there. So I just listed it. Just
Russ.
Just listed it right there. So, you know.
I don't know. I like the young guy's playing well.
He has done an outstanding job. He's got 14 touchdowns.
Like 2 picks.
1 pick.
1 pick. Oh,
like how can
ridiculous.
you not even just being a rookie? That's any quarterback in the league. I remember when Aaron Rodgers did that a couple years ago, and everybody's like, he don't turn the ball over. Got to be MVP. He's doing 14-1.
He's doing his thing.
Houston, Texas, rookie rookie head coach up there.
No, it's insane.
They figuring out a way to get
it's
it done.
insane. This season from the Texans doesn't look nothing like anybody had predicted. I wouldn't have imagined that C.J. Stroud would have took on the NFL the way that he did. I mean, he has that offense clicking. And surprisingly enough, it's the defense sometimes that's letting them down. It ain't the offense.
Boy, you look at these interception numbers for people, man. Dak's got 5, but you go down the list. Boy, Josh Allen, 9. There's a whole 9 club going on here, leading the league, tied for the league in picks. Man. Josh Allen has 9. Mac Jones got 9.
Don't surprise you.
Garoppolo has 9.
Don't surprise you.
He missed games. He got
Don't
9
surprise you.
missed games. Jordan Love up there in Green Bay's got
another
8.
dumpster fire.
Sam Howell in Washington's in the 9 club.
The milk's going bad. That's terrible, man.
Where's your boy Herbert at?
Herbert got them stats now. He gonna give you some stats. He
got 4 picks.
How many tubs he got?
13.
He gonna give you some stats.
Jalen Hurts has 9 picks.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
8. He has 8 picks.
And total turnovers, he got like 11.
Mahomes has 8 picks.
Boy, that boy Dakota don't look too bad right now, do it? All that talk.
See, and we see. Here we go with that.
What?
It looks different.
Why does it look so different?
It looks different.
Why does it look so different?
Let's take a break and come back.
It looks different.
Let's take a break and break down why it looks so different. Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church. I'm New East Coast Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
'Tis the season for youth football and dance camps presented by Invisalign. Don't miss your chance to learn from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and former NFL players at AT&T Stadium on December 22nd and 23rd. Celebrate the holidays with the Cowboys. Register today at DallasCowboys.com/camps. You like that, dog?
Come see. You did it.
Like that, dog?
I like the way you did that, man. That was professional read, man. No stumbling, no bumbling, no none of that. Boy, you killed it.
He did this thing.
That boy can read.
That boy
He believes in
Y'all see what's the Read the Rainbow song?
Butterfly in the sky.
He didn't even have to follow his finger around under the word.
That boy's on it.
They got the readers under there. They got the readers.
It's
I
not
can go
easy.
twice as high.
It's not easy, guys.
No,
It ain't. Oh, it ain't. No, it ain't at all.
You heard the Smoothie King commercial. You
It's
fucking
not
read.
easy. It's not easy.
Come and get your outside emote now. Only one location, so it's me and you.
Cowboys taking on the Giants Sunday at AT&T Stadium. The Giants are 2-7. The Cowboys are 5-3. The Giants are already beaten by the Cowboys to start the season 40-0. And Daniel Jones will not be participating.
Oh, damn, Daniel.
Of the year. So, do $36 million.
Most improved, baby.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy.
Pour out a little liquor for Daniel.
Boy, man.
Barry Church's guy, your guy.
But you talk about jump out.
Yeah, I did. I cartwheeled out that thing.
So,
Boys over there, he don't even know he gonna have a job next year.
Man.
He might just be paid to sit there.
he'll have a job.
He get paid to
He's
just
due
be there.
$36 million, guaranteed. So he'll have a job.
36.
Will he be directing Caleb Williams or Drake May or Michael Penix and showing them where to go?
I think that's that's likely.
It should be.
I think that's likely.
If it's not, there's something wrong. I mean, somebody, the kid from Oregon, somebody better be with the Giants from these quarterbacks.
So who fault is that? Because everybody, they air down. And you see what he did with Daniel Jones and all that. And they go out there and pay the man this bread. Okay, fooled everybody. Almost. Not us.
They fooled him.
They
paid the wrong
hoodwinked. I got hoodwinked.
That person was fooled.
Yeah.
And man, the man looked worse than I've ever seen him look.
No, he looked terrible.
Expectations, in a non-last play schedule, yeah, came out the jump, started week 1 against the Cowboys, looked like trash.
He did.
Bad.
So you went in on Daniel Jones. You said your boy Herbert was going to be a top 5 MVP candidate. That's not happening.
Whoa, there's still got a lot of games left.
That ain't gonna. He ain't got that many.
Come on, man.
He not. He not.
Your quarterback takes on this show have been shaky since the beginning.
So give us a Dak take. Give us a Dak take. Can Dak pull it off? Can this happen?
Pull off what?
Yeah, we were talking about the last segment.
Yeah, can Dak pull it? I mean, obviously, you're liking Dak a little bit more now in his current state. Mm-hmm. Nobody's been harder on Dak than you, bro. Man, come on.
I just gave him a bean.
You're talking about the turnovers. You're talking about the turnovers in the games that he played coming into the season. He's protected the ball more. Aren't you pleased about that?
Yeah, he's playing well. I mean, he's passed, 3 games? I mean, he's done his thing. He's put that team on his back, and he's
7
got
touchdowns, I believe, in
the past 3. I mean, he's kept the ball pretty much out of defenders' hands. That one interception he had was a tip pass, so he's playing well. Do I think he has what it takes to, as we all like to say, get over that hump and make that long playoff run? As I've seen right now, I have to say no. I mean, that's just what it is. I kept it a bean last year when he was throwing 3 interceptions, and people in here like to say it was, the coordinator's fault. And, we go out here, Philadelphia, what happened? We snapped the ball. Coordinator can't throw it for you. People are wide open. So, I mean, hey, I just keep it a bean. That's all I can see.
Keep believing.
That's all. I go by what I see. I go by what I see. When he plays well, and he's played well these past 3 games, I say, hey, he put the team on his shoulders.
This is good for Dak.
That's what it is.
Him not believing is good for Dak because we know the reputation, the church quarterback school.
Reputation if you
Hold
want.
on. So okay. So y'all believe? No.
Don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet now, my man.
What do you think?
The Philadelphia game, and I've said it before, I'll be consistent. Dak is not the problem, but he's a part of the problem. Philadelphia at the end, you got your man jumping outside. Then he got Terrence Steele letting his guy go. Then they throw the ball short. That's his problem. What are you doing right there? It's a problem. Can they get it fixed right now? I'm not going to believe in it. Not after my baseballing for a month.
I'm about to say.
After my baseballing for a month, I can't sit up here and look at this operation right now as a whole and say, I believe. I can't.
What about you,
I can't because they're still beating themselves. Until you stop beating yourselves, and we talked about it with the Bill Belichick quote the other day. Should I read it again? They keep beating themselves, quarterback included in that. So, but is it all him? Nah, it ain't all him.
No,
it ain't all him.
It definitely ain't all.
So no, I'm not all. Not like if I'm like your boy Tiki Barber. I'm gonna take Daniel Jones 100 times. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, man, it's all him. But no.
I like the way you changed that whole little thing around. What we said was,
You asked me,
that's not what we talking about.
He's the man.
Nobody said it was all him.
Thank you.
Nobody said that.
Nobody.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nobody said that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
I appreciate it.
I like that.
Good, man.
We'll be back on the Players Lounge tomorrow.
Good, man.
Danny McCray.
That was smooth.
Heckma Harrison.
That was smooth.
Barry Church.
He answered it, but he didn't answer.
Up next, it's the Media Mash with me and other people. We'll talk to you next time right here on DallasCowboys.com radio. Peace.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!